Hey guys, I'm Richie Rich from the Futureverse, Senior Full Stack Developer and Solutions Engineer. I'm here to talk you through our playground. Our playground can be found at playground.therootnetwork.com. We start our journey through the playground by logging in using Pass Online. You can use any EVM wallet that's detected in your browser or through any social login. I'm going to connect using MetaMask. Once you're logged in, you'll land on a dashboard that displays either your EOA and/or your Pass Online. This will show your wallet addresses and their balances inside of each account. You'll notice a View Code button that enables you to view that component's code snippet, and these exist throughout the playground. These will give you better insights into how that component is made in the context of this application. Inside of these snippets, we'll see a link to the hooks that are used throughout the application, and also our state management store in this application to help you better understand how data is flowing. You see the hooks here and our state store here. In our navigation, we have external links to our faucet. That's where you'll find testnet tokens in order to help you develop on our testnet Porcini. We also have an external link to our portal. It's how you interact, query, and push transactions through to the chain, either on mainnet or on our testnet. As we work through the navigation, you'll see each one of our SDKs with links to the NPM library as well as to the documentation. On the header, you'll also see a link to your account information, which is the homepage, as well as links to our overall documentation for all of our SDKs and the GitHub repo for this application specifically. This is a work in progress. We'll be adding more functionality, more components, more examples as we go. This example is written specifically in Next.js. We'll have other frameworks such as Vite, Remix coming soon. We'll start our journey with the Auth SDK. We have the Auth UI and Auth React SDKs. The Auth React is a React wrapper around our core Auth SDK. We'll start with the Auth UI. The Auth UI, as the name says, is the UI aspect of our authentication. You can see an implementation using the login button. You can see our Auth UI package in action. Again, you can see snippets for how this is implemented using the code button. There's helpful helper code that goes along with the Auth UI SDK that talks through how to implement Auth React and Auth UI's SDKs. The Auth React SDK, when implementing Pass Online, we have a callback page that handles and creates a user session. This is simulated in this first component. You can see a simulated successful login flow, and again, how that component is constructed. We have a Pass Online logout component, as well as a signer using our Use Futureverse signer hook from Auth React SDK. Again, the code associated with that component to help explain. We also have a mini explanation of what the user session object is and how you would use that inside of your application to help verify and authenticate users. We have an Auth UI customizer that helps you customize your Auth UI login flow. Let's do this one. You can style your login and implement inside of your application. Once you're happy with your design, you can copy the configuration and drop into your application. So move along to our Transact SDK. We start with the assets demo. Within the Transact SDK, we touch multiple classes that interact with the root network. We can see assets, NFT, SST, EVM, batch. We start with the assets demo. This component allows you to send a token from one address to another, and its implementation from either your EOA or your pass online to any address that you set. Again, you can see the code implementation and the code button at the top. So move through the NFT demo. We have the ability to create NFT collections along with royalties. We can enable or disable public mint functionality. We can set the public mint price on collections. We can mint 2 collections, transfer tokens, and burn tokens. The same can be said for the SFT class. As mentioned before, this is a work in progress, so we're constantly adding further demonstrations. We will be adding the create collection and create token functionality. At this point, we can just mint, transfer, and burn SFTs. So we move through to the batch all demonstration. This allows you to add multiple transactions to a single transaction. I've configured some transactions that are randomly added to this batch, and we can see the code implementation using the code button above. Again, as we look at the Asset Register SDK, we have links to the dev portal where you will create your namespace or your schemas and manage your schemas. We have links to the NPM repo and to the documentation. In the Asset Register demo, we're able to create and delete links. We select a parent asset. We can link it with any child asset. We can also delete existing links if we choose. The swappables demos are coming soon, but we have links to our NPM library and to the documentation. As I mentioned before, we have links to the repo for this whole application, so you can see its implementation in full, or you can use the code snippets on each component to see how everything is implemented. Thank you very much for joining us on this journey through the playground.